You're Big Joe, you're Big Joe, you're Big Joe, you're Big Joe.
Because we are together, brother. I need you all to stop that bullshit. You know, the most important value for entrepreneurship or people someone who's running for excellence is not about money.
Let's put an exclamation on this point. It's my favorite things in life don't cost any money. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time.
Time. Because we all know as an achiever that time is just what we can control. We can control to make money. We can lose today and just make money tomorrow. Time is more important because we don't know if we will be there tomorrow. We don't know if we will be there the next 10 years. So this is a factor that we can control, and the more you have the time, the more you can create all of it. You can create your health, you can create your wealth, you can create your time with children, your momentum with your family. This is why time is so important.
Time is more valuable than actually money.
Yeah, I think this one is so interesting. And I think all of us, as we begin to age and as time moves on, this becomes more and more real, more and more apparent to us. But young folks, we forget this, right? We think, oh, I've got all the time in the world. I just wish that I had money. I wish that I had that, not recognizing quite how valuable the time that we have right now, money. So we said, let's look at a number of different individuals that are gonna set out, and their goal is they're gonna save $500 a month over a decade. And we're gonna have someone who does it in their 20s and then stops, someone who does it in their 30s and then stops, 40s and then stops. And it's really, really interesting when you watch what happens to the numbers when all you change is the timeline through which you're putting those dollars to work. So if you're someone in your 20s and you say, I'm gonna start saving $500 a month in my Roth IRA starting in my 20s, and I'm gonna stop it when I turn 30, you will have saved $60,000. You will have put $60,000 into your Roth IRA over that 10-year period. Well, if you let that grow, and we're assuming someone in their 20s can earn a rate of return around 10% over the long term, that $60,000 investment would turn into $1.5 million. Certainly, the time in this equation was way more valuable than actually the dollars that you were putting in. So let's change the dynamic a little bit, Brian. Let's wait and say, okay, what happens for someone in the 30s?
I want to draw attention to the fact that you only put $60,000 in. At 65 at retirement, it's worth 1.5. That means $1,460,000 came from the growth. Holy cow. Compounding growth 88 times over really is the magical thing that will make your journey towards wealth building so much easier.
But think about this. What about someone, okay, maybe they couldn't start in their 20s. So they say, okay, for my 30s, for that decade, I'm gonna start saving $500 a month every month for that decade, and then I'm gonna stop when I get to 40. Well, that person, again, will have saved the same $60,000, but they did not have quite as much time for it to compound. It still turns into $590,000, which is nothing to sneeze at. That's amazing that you have $60,000 that turns into really close to $600,000, but that's different than the $1.5 million that happened for our 20-year-olds.